Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyards. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
Today, we are looking at the Kumari-class starship and one of its successors, and eventually one of its successors, the Kuthar. Anyway, this is an Andorian starship. Originally appeared in Enterprise, and the version you are seeing on screen is not the version that we saw on the show.
It's not exactly screen accurate. To be fair, it's good enough for government work. At a distance, you can recognize it. It's the Kumari.
Yeah.
All that crap. That said, it is not screen accurate. And I do so hope that the boys at Cryptic go, okay, we need to make an Andorian legendary. Let's update all the skins and make them accurate as to the series.
Yeah.
I would not mind that.
I would not mind it either. I wouldn't be...
A pilot temporal ship, maybe. Hint,
Yeah.
hint, nudge, nudge. I hope you're watching this, Morone.
Yeah. And we've still got a little bit of time until the 13th anniversary bundle drops. So,
Yeah,
nudge.
Yeah,
as of
the time of this recording, it's probably going to air long before then. After that.
Yep, probably.
At any rate, from what little we know, the Kumari was a more or less new starship, ergo launched around 2140.
Right, 2140. 2140. Okay, so, guidelines from the book. Pre-Andorian pre-Federation, Vulcan, Andorian, Tellarite, or Romulan vessels begin with 35 system points in 2150 and reduce the number of system points by 1 for each 50 years prior to this time to represent the Confederacy of Vulcan, and by extension Romulan Empire's, extremely long history of warp-capable flight, and the Vulcan sharing technology, or having it stolen and reverse engineered, with the nearby polities on Andor and Tellar Prime. After 2150, technology matches that of the overall Federation. So, 35 points. I think that's probably good. It would only go down to 34 at like 2100, I guess. Anyway, scale. This thing was about the size of the NX-01, I think?
I would have to check the official size charts. After all, this thing does have an official size.
Yeah.
However, that would be relatively close. I am looking it up now, so...
Yeah. If it is about the same size, that would make it scale 3.
At any rate... Oh, yeah. Now this is... Oh, great. It's not exactly cooperating. Joy. Fine. I have a solution to that.
Alright.
It wants to be stupid? I can handle the stupid.
Yeah.
Alright. Seems to be a bit larger. 360 meters.
Huh. So...
A little bit longer than the Connie. Of course, considering what happened in in A Mirror Darkly.
Right. So maybe scale 4 probably has a similar amount of crew.
Yeah.
Okay, so scale 4 starship, and so that would be 35 points, I think.
Yeah, but there's a problem. We have to make it weaker than the Connie.
Well, Connie's like 40 something. So 35 points is...
Yeah, I mean vastly underpowered. The Defiant took no damage when the Andorians decided to try and attack it.
Yeah, well...
That kinda says something.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll start by just putting 5 points in everything, and then we have 4 more points to distribute, and then we can start making adjustments. 5 points. 5 points. Let's see. According to the book, it says that Andorian vessels tend to be quick and well armed, and thus emphasize weapons and engines. I would say weapons 7, engines 7.
Most like.
Yeah. And 1 point left. What do you think? Structures, sensors, comms, or computers?
I'd say structure. This thing looks a little bit thin. And while the Andorians aren't known for making tough ships, they are known for making ships that hurt.
Right. So we have comms 5, computers 5, engines 7, sensors 5, structure 6, weapons 7.
More or less.
Alright. That's good for now. Alright, departments. Standard rules, 3 points. Can't put more than 2 into any one department. I'd say probably con and security are the big ones.
Yeah.
At least 1 point in each of those.
I would suggest security. This thing is meant as a warship. Period.
Right. Right. So we have a point in con and a point in security. Do we put an extra point in security?
Yeah.
Okay. So con, 1 point in con, 2 points in security. Alright. Weapons. Well, talents. Unlike United Earth, I think the Andorians did have shields at this time, so polarized hull plating probably is unneeded.
As stated in the episode Twilight, please don't. Do not complain in the comments, please.
Yeah.
The Andorians did have shields. They provided them to the United Earth Remnant, and NX-01 Enterprise was equipped with them.
Huh. Okay.
Moving along.
So, yeah, talents. Talents is the next step. Let's see. Talents. I'd say we probably need at least one mobility thing, like improved reaction control system, or improved impulse drive, or improved warp drive.
Yes, those would be a very good thing.
Yeah.
They're not as fast as the Vulcans,
but they are very maneuverable. We'll do improved reaction control system.
Which might tie into the pilot maneuvers thing.
Yep. Reaction control system. Alright. I'd say one more talent. So...
Is there something for improved targeting systems?
Well, there's one called fast targeting systems.
Well, this one certainly has it. Andorians are very, very quick to the trigger.
Targeting systems. Okay. The the description of the talent is the ship's targeting systems can lock weapons on target much faster and more accurately than other ships of its class, giving it an edge in battle. The ship does not suffer the normal difficulty increase for targeting a specific system on the enemy ship. I figure that works.
Yeah. Andorians may not be the most scientifically inclined, but again, they're not exactly dumb. They're like smarter Klingons, if...
Yeah. To put it in Mass Effect terms, which honestly could probably work, Klingons are Krogan. Andorians are Turians.
Not inaccurate. A little... variable, but not inaccurate.
Yep. Now, weapons. Phaser cannon.
In the series, they were referred to simply as particle cannons. However, in the Star Trek Continuum Chronicles whatever mod, they are more or less depicted as TOS phasers.
Yeah, yeah.
We can just say that the Andorian particle cannons were mixed in with United Earth phase cannons to make birth the phaser as we know and love, especially in TOS.
Yeah. We'll call it
proto-phaser.
We'll say particle cannon, and just use. And when you're making this ship, just use the rules for phaser weapons. So particle...
Use at your own recognizance. As for torpedoes, I'm not entirely sure the Kumari actually fired any torpedoes.
Right.
I will have to look up its weapon systems.
Right. Particle cannons...
Alrighty then, looking it up, and... Nope, this thing is a do-boat. No torpedo launchers.
Okay. So, particle cannons and a... Did it have a tractor beam?
Yes. It was used to rescue the Enterprise NX-01 from a anomaly field during the... during one of the two Andorian cameos in Season 3.
Okay, so particle cannons and a Strength 3 tractor beam. Alright. Well, I think that is good for the Kumari itself.
Now,
it is...
Now we get to deal with the controversial one.
Yeah, the Kuzan. Let me copy my duck to make that one. Let's see, Kuthar.
This has to be stated. In the original expanded universe novels for Star Trek, the Andorians suffered a bit of a fertility crisis. In fact, it started right around the time of Enterprise. I'm not going to get into all the details. I personally consider it to be a bit of a crapshoot. After all, while the Federation is known to make some stupid laws, Jorn would certainly argue about the genetic engineering thing for days.
Yeah.
I somehow doubt they would go, we're going to make a blanket ban, but not make any amendments to, prevent an extinction level event.
Yeah.
Regardless, the Andorians left the Federation right after the Dominion War. They reactivated the Imperial Guard, and it is likely that a ship like this would have been recommissioned right around the same time.
Right.
So 23. So it was 2380. However,
Yeah.
It could easily be just stated the Dominion War sucked, so the Andorians went, we're gonna bump up our National Guard level force, the Imperial Guard.
Yeah. To assist Starfleet.
After all, they've relied on Starfleet for a little too long.
Yeah.
And
And
do I really need to pull up clips of the Dominion kicking their asses?
yeah. So if you don't want to do the Andorians leaving the Federation bit, this could just be the Andorians deciding to supplement, to build their own ships again to supplement, to defend their own territory and to supplement Starfleet ships and such.
Use at your own recognizance. I'm simply giving you what you need.
Yep.
Anyway,
Okay.
2380 thereabouts.
Yeah, 2380. So that is. So that still technology matches the overall Federation. So 40 points from 2200 plus 1 point per decade. That's 58 points. And scale, keep it at 4.
It didn't exactly increase in size, however, it does increase in capability.
Oh, yeah. So 58 points. And so we'll start. Basically, I suppose we could just put 4. Well, we'll start by just putting 9 points in it. We'll start by just putting 9 in everything. 9, 9, 9.
999999999.
Okay, so that's 54 points. We got 4 more points to distribute. I'd say again, put 2 points into engines and weapons each. So those each go to 11. And now we can take points from some systems to put into others.
The computer systems are going to suffer a little bit. Again, Andorians are more about killing things than they are about scientific research. That's a Vulcan thing.
Yeah. So I'll put that point into engines, I think.
As stated, the Andorians are not stupid, they're just not scientifically inclined.
Yeah. They are Turians, basically. Or at least they are very similar to the Turians.
Regardless.
Okay, so we're currently at comms 9, computers 8, engines 12, sensors 9, structure 9, weapons 11.
I would bump up weapons from comms again, gunboat. And as this is a National Guard level ship, you're deep inside the subspace communications network as used by the Federation.
Yep.
It's not like you need heavy-duty long-range communications. You're not an explorer or a science ship.
Yeah, you are just... you are basically a patrol vessel.
With very big guns.
Yeah, a patrol vessel, or at worst, a warship.
Starfleet may not believe in warships, and considering the very peaceful nature of the Alpha and Beta quadrants, for the most part, we don't blame them.
Yeah.
The moment you do is the moment you need to be smacked.
Yeah.
However, their member worlds are another goddamn story.
Yeah. So, comms 8, computers 8, engines 12, sensors 9, structure 9, weapons 12. I think that's good.
Indeed it is.
Departments, probably the same as the Kumari, though we could swap sensors, and we could swap security and con, make it more maneuverable.
Yeah, it does have that little pilot ability.
Yeah, so we'll bring security down to 1 and con up to 2. Okay. So, talents probably can keep the exact same: improved reaction control and fast targeting systems.
Why
It's
argue
just,
with what works?
yep.
Just
Well,
like the. It is just a more advanced version of the Kumari.
yeah. Now, weapons are where we really get to play with the upgrades. Obviously, particle cannons upgrade to full phaser cannons.
As well as beams, because every ship has a beam emitter.
Yeah, do we do banks or arrays?
Probably both.
Okay,
Banks have
so
a narrow firing arc, arrays are more shooting at everything else.
phaser arrays, phaser banks, and phaser cannons. And unlike the original Kumari, this thing can use torpedo weapons.
Most likely photon torpedoes. Andoria might be more scientifically inclined than most races. That said, they're still going to use photons for the most part.
Yeah,
I will, however, allow a little bit of leeway. So you can go, it can use photons, quantums, transphasics, whatever.
yeah. And as usual, if you use the tactical operations, or hell, even the warship profile, the expanded right, let's see, the expanded munitions talent is a thing, which means you can add whatever weapons you want to. You can add whatever weapon system you want to the thing.
I would recommend, however, sticking to just phasers for energy weapons. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Just stick with phasers for energy weapons, but with expanded munitions, I mean, if you want to give your ship like an experimental energy weapon system, like you can, but
go nuts with it.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I like with Ron, I would probably just use that to add torpedo systems. And traits for both ships would be like Andorian Starship. No special rules that I could think of.
Well,
And traits are the descriptors. So if you have any thoughts for the Kuthar,
National Guard.
that right, yeah, Andorian Starship, renewed National Guard.
After the Dominion War, the member states of the Federation decided to beef up their local defense requirements. While Starfleet is still necessary for general defense, they realized they couldn't rely on the good graces and availability of Starfleet forever, taking
Yeah,
lessons directly from the fall of Beta Z.
yeah. Okay, so that is the Kumari and the Kuthar. These things, I both very good examples of Andorian technology. One from when humanity first ran into them, and one after the Dominion War. And well, I'm probably going to try and do some more Andorian stuff on my own. I, with Ron's help, possibly if needed, but this might be getting into a bit original territory because, well, my thought is even after they started relying on Starfleet for everything, the individual member races probably still had their own defense fleets, but mostly those would probably be like scale 2 starships. At most like the Raven type, but probably more like just runabouts or shuttles.
National
We don't.
Guard.
Yeah. National Guard, Coast Guard, etc. They would be like small picket vessels, basically. And like I said, this would be like before the Dominion War kind of thing. So like after they joined the Federation, but before the Dominion War kicked into gear, they might have small picket vessels for system patrol duties and that kind of thing.
There are a couple of ships that are featured in Enterprise that might fit that bill, but that would require me booting up a mod.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to be doing that today.
Yeah. Maybe perhaps another time.
After all,
like
we do have many, many, many ships to play with in that mod.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I'm going to be pulling up Bridge Commander mods.
Right. So we can use those.
Indeed. Though,
As
nothing Fanon.
Yeah.
Screw Gamma. Long live Alpha and Beta.
Yeah, Alpha and Beta cannon designs only. We will not use any Gamma cannon designs we use.
They either make sense, and because they fit because of the registry, or they eventually get canonized.
Yes. Or the third option that I was going to say, we come up with them whole cloth.
I would personally rather avoid that, but what the hell.
Yeah, I would rather avoid that too, but sometimes it might be necessary.
Anywho,
as usual, I will provide links in the description to the documents for both of these ships, and any feedback or commentary that you have, that you viewers have to make these things better or fix any errors we might have made, please let us know.
and kindly put them in the comments.
Yes, kindly.
I haven't seen any comments on anything.
Yeah, we have like a few. We've had like just a few comments on some of our various various videos so far. We haven't really had much in the way of feedback for improvements or or error fixes or whatever. Part of me would like to hope that's because we've been doing all right with this, but we're not perfect.
Memento Mori.
Yeah. Anyway, see you for the next one.
Bye.